Has it really been 10 years? A local businessman pledges college tuition to third graders.
Please explain.
I'm
It's stressful from the standpoint of like, God, I hope I made it to the next grade. See what I'm saying?
No.
Michael, why did you promise that?
To change lives?
No, Michael, why would you promise that?
You know, okay.
A
I'd
day
say
in my life.
third, fourth, fifth, it crossed my mind.
In fourth grade, you were worried about making it to fifth?
Yeah.
I fell in love with these kids, so I made them a promise. I told them that if they graduated from high school, I would pay for their college education. I've made some empty promises in my life, but hands down, that was the most generous.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamora. Here's Jen Lapp.
But no, actually today. Every day the big voice guy says, here's Jen Latta. And every day Gabe Neitzel pops in. But actually today. Good morning, everybody. Happy to be back. Did you miss me? Don't answer that.
We had plenty of people asking on the Carbless Talking text line.
Did I get fired? Did they say
No,
get fired?
they were just asking where you were.
Did she finally swear her way to unemployment? That's what they were wondering. Very busy week of travel, very busy week of stories, but a big story this week on College Game Day, guys. And so I encourage you to tune in. I have a big story on College Game Day. Very remarkable young man. We can talk about that as the show goes on. And speaking of remarkable old men, I know it wasn't the perfect segue. Forgive me, I'm rusty. Did you see this stuff from Joe Flacco, gang? Joe Flacco, you're familiar with him. The Packers played him twice this
They've
year.
already played him twice. He's not even in the division.
Joe Flacco might be a national treasure. Right? Is he approaching
How
national
old is he?
treasure?
I mean, he's 40. Is he 40 or 41? He's in his 40s. I know that.
That's not old.
In the NFL, it's ancient.
Yes. 41's not old. Just a number.
Okay. Guess we're doing that.
We're going to have an existential crisis on the air.
If you
Chewy, what are you doing with your camera there? Why are you so close and what's going on?
Because I'm looking at my computer. I'm looking to see who's injured. I can multitask.
No, you can't.
No.
You're ruining the broadcast.
Okay.
Josh, was
fair
staring
enough.
at your nose hairs, apparently. Is that what was happening there? I
Yeah,
can't see it. There's a
starting to
screen up
count.
on my screen, so I can't even see the thing. Oh, there it is.
Now we're back. That screen was up because I was trying to follow his face as it moved off and on the camera and above it and below it.
You bobbing and weaving over there? What are you, Muhammad Ali? Joe Flacco had this to say. Josh, you got the sound from Joe Flacco this week? Because I feel like this is very relatable for every man out there.
Go sit at a restaurant by myself and realize that, man, that's pretty enjoyable to do. After there's not too many situations. I tell people all the time. I mean, I used to see guys sitting at a bar by themselves, or just sitting by themselves eating and grabbing a little meal, and I'm like, man, I feel so bad for that guy. Like, you almost want to go join him. And now I realize, like, that dude was in heaven.
It's fantastic. It's tremendous. Sitting back, enjoying himself, a little peace and quiet, a little time just for him and his thoughts over a cheeseburger or whatever he's having.
See, I don't
Steak?
I don't think that's weird. You know what I think's weird is a person who plays golf by themselves. I find that highly weird.
Oh, Dario does that all the time.
Very peaceful.
Sometimes
Really?
he can't find somebody to play with, and because she travels.
Well, you're on the
so
road
much
a lot.
more. Thank
Yeah, I was
you.
gonna
There
say.
it is. Thank
Existential
you.
crisis. Jen is just letting secrets out about her marriage, and we're not even 5 minutes into the show.
All right, here's the deal, because this happened to my buddies the other day, right? They're playing as a threesome.
Yeah.
The guy is behind them playing as a single. They wave him through, and he decides to join them. My buddies didn't want him to join them. I don't want anyone that I don't know
Well,
playing
wait a
golf
minute. Maybe
with
this
me.
was just a miscommunication. You waved him through. Maybe he thought that.
Come on down.
Correct. They were saying,
No.
"Join us, won't you?"
Gabe, no. That
So-
means play through, not...
Correct. If you're on the golf course, you know. And when I play by myself, like if I'm coming up on a group, like first of all, you have to be like cognizant of okay, who's ahead of them, if you can actually play through, and if you can't, Maybe you just, you work on your chipping a little bit more around the green. You throw down a second ball. You hit that into the green. Just do whatever you can because you're not going to be able to play through them. I am never going to ask to join a group. If there's a threesome, they're like, hey, why don't you join us? Yeah, maybe I will, but as a single, I am not just going to go, hey, guys, can I join you today? That's just not how I would approach that.
To be honest, though, Gabe, your situation might be a little unique because I think there might be golfers out there who would want you to join their group. If they recognize, oh, it's the famous Gabe Neitzel, golf extraordinaire, I think they may say, you want to join us? Right? That's more likely than your average, everyman who might be out on the course. Yes? No?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
What about this? Because this would happen to me a ton of times. I'd put 3 guys on the tee sheet, and then someone else would put their name on as a 4th, and I'm like, I don't want to play with you. If I don't know you, I'm sorry. I don't want to play with you.
And,
okay? Would you do that?
If the golf course is jammed, you
no,
gotta
it's
suck
not
it up.
jammed.
Then you got to suck it up. Or
you know what I would do?
Or the pro shop is doing it because you're playing early on a Saturday and they didn't want a single just wandering out there.
No, that wasn't the case because there were slots all around. I'd wind up having to cancel the whole. I would.
Well, that's
why
I figured that
So it seems like you would be very much the guy that would eat by himself the way Joe Flacco
Yes,
is.
exactly. So it seems like what you're telling us is you would be in line with Joe Flacco, who is sitting by himself at the restaurant. How often are you guys eating alone? Whether it's at home, whether it's at a restaurant, whether it's here at work, you're sitting at a table, getting some work done through lunch. How often are you eating alone?
Handful of times a week.
50%?
How many times?
Maybe
30%?
Yeah, maybe 30%. It's just 2 or 3 like dinners a week. If I happen to be here, it's late on a Saturday or Sunday or something like that.
What's
Wife's
the
working
ideal?
late.
What's the ideal percentage of eating alone? Once a day? Twice a day?
Half.
Well, there's 3 meals a day.
I'm thinking here. So there's 2 different things. Going out by yourself somewhere and eating versus I'm at home, no one else is around type situation. The I'm out eating alone happens very seldomly.
I could not tell you. I have done that before. I'm not sure the last time I did, though.
Yeah, no, I find ways to do it, weasel my way into it, find options where it's like, hey, go spend a little time alone, pop up at the bar, have a game on, have a meal. I relish those things.
There is no doubt that I am the leader in the clubhouse for meals alone. Even though I have all of the children and all of the people.
You've probably had, 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8 meals already this week by yourself?
Yeah, for sure. Some of them in the car on the way from one place to another. Several of them at airports, sitting there just housing a burger at a gate. Yes, so those all count as solo meals, right?
Have you traveled and hit all the major airport hubs enough where you have favorite spots in those airports for food?
I have favorite spots at many airports across the country. I would not say all. I hadn't been to Phoenix, which is where I was on Tuesday, except for when I was covering spring training, either Maryvale or Mesa. I think it's Mesa.
Yeah.
So I was not as familiar with their game. They did have a... what's my place? Fork, orange chicken, fork.
Panda Express.
They did have a Panda Express as soon as I got off, but it was very early in the morning. I said, can I eat Panda Express at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time?
Sure.
The answer was no.
I mean, the answer is yeah.
Oh, yeah. Open and busy.
Well, because, again, if you flew cross country, like if you're coming in from New York, it's 11:30. It's basically lunchtime.
Yep, that's why they were open, I suppose. So no, I was a little surprised at the options at the Phoenix airport, but like Minneapolis, Detroit, Atlanta, I got spots, I got places, and I'm usually eating by myself, and it's very peaceful. Here's the one thing I will say that sort of changes the game: everybody's got their phones now, so they're watching a movie, they're scrolling through, they're watching a game. Every day, I get a notification that tells me that being on your phone that much is bad for you. Now, that might be the algorithm doing its work, but I think Chewy's got the right idea. He's on his phone the least of the 4 of us. And look at how well he's doing. Thriving, if you will.
How was waking up and watering the grass this morning?
It was peaceful, although there were people walking by, so I had to, and it was dark, so you got to let them walk by and then go check on the grass. I don't want to talk to anyone at 6. And you know what the lovely
You don't want
thing
to talk
is?
to anybody
No,
regardless
the lovely
time of
thing
day.
is we wake up at between 6 and 6:15. My wife doesn't want to talk in the morning, which is great. There's nothing wrong with silence. Talking is overrated.
Says the talk show host.
Man, Gabe and I are in lockstep this morning. He just keeps saying things that are in my brain getting ready to out, and I'm like, you can hold on to that one.
Yeah. Like I used to go to bar and eat by myself when I played.
Would people leave you alone? Or is this when you were the lone snapper?
You go to places where they call them A, call them B.
Okay.
But you just go to places where people leave you alone. Because chances are there's people that are doing the same thing you are that don't want to talk to people either.
And it's just so much easier now. I'm surprised Joe's going out to have the food because it's just so much easier to have the food come to you in 2025. Like, that's the one thing that the pandemic changed. Like, either A, everybody's got carry out, or you can just DoorDash it.
See, I see that as BS, Gabe. Gabe, that's BS. And when are we going to stop blaming things on COVID? People are lazy. People are lazy. I will go to Chipotle for lunch today.
On anyone. I'm just saying that's a fact.
I'll go to Chipotle today, and I was there a week ago, and I counted. I was there for 15 minutes, and there were 15 DoorDash drivers that came and picked up stuff.
Well, what if they're people at work, Chew?
He didn't consider that. If you want to be frank about it.
That's what that
But I'm like, I get on.
He thinks everybody lives life like he does,
And
and
they're
they should
at
just.
home.
But I get on
pick it
my
up.
kids.
Why isn't
I get
everybody
on my
else
kids.
watering their grass in the morning?
I get on my kid, and it's different when you have young ones, Jen. I get on my kids who are all in their 20s that order DoorDash for dinner. I'm like, get your ass in the car and drive down there and stop wasting the money. I think it's ridiculous.
Chase and I did have this conversation, my 16-year-old and I, the other day, because I said, do you want to go to college or do you want to keep door dashing? Because right now you're spending your college tuition on DoorDash, okay? So maybe we take a break. I also don't want him just out and about bopping around town in his car. So there's a...
some balancing that needs to happen in your life.
Correct.
I mean,
I see it as such a... Like, what's DoorDash cost? Like, if the restaurant is 5 miles a day, what's the added charge for DoorDash?
It's like 25 to 30% depending on the business. It was originally made to be a convenience, a thing of, hey, I'm really busy right now. I got a bunch of stuff going on. This is going to be a good option to bring me food that I typically wouldn't be able to get. It's either not in the area, it's either super busy down there, and now it's turned into merely just I'm going to choose this for dinner every day because I can bring anything at the tip of my fingertips. It has become more of a regular thing to people than just like a luxury or I have a special circumstances that this would be necessary.
So do you like eating alone? Joe Flacco was talking about how his family stayed back in Jersey. He's in Cincy. He's eating alone. He's in Cincy now, right? He was in Cleveland. Now he's in so
Cincy.
hard to keep
Family's
track.
still in Jersey. They haven't moved.
So hard to keep track of where Joe Flacco is these days. Ryan from Aguanago weighing in on the Carbless Talking text line. He says it's probably just the hotel bar restaurant where everyone is alone. Did you get that vibe that he was talking about the hotel he's staying at or like wherever he's staying? No, he's going out to restaurants and he's sitting and he's eating alone. I got to tell you, there are days where I want that, and I just want the peace and quiet and the opportunity to kind of be in my own thoughts or read my book. And there are other days where I'm like craving the interaction with my family. How was your day? What did you do? What did the teacher say? Anything interesting happen? So, I like, again, the variety. I like being able to have both. Eating alone at the airport is not the same as eating alone in your neighborhood Olive Garden. That from Nick in 314.
Great.
Olive Garden getting a little shout out there. Yes, I think, but I do think most of my solo meals do end up being at the airport these days.
The sweetest spot to be is the local establishment where they know you and you can have a brief conversation with the employees, but then they leave you alone for most of the rest of the time. Mm-hmm. That is like right where you want to be. Hey, the regular, you say, yep. You have a chit chat. How you been? How about the Packers? And then the rest of the time is basically grunting and would you like another water?
Do you have a spot like that?
Yes, I do.
You want to reveal it or you want to keep it to yourself?
I can. The neighborhood draft. It's very near to my house. I go there with friends and by myself. And yeah, I'm friendly with everyone there, and it's great. Everyone treats you well. You're kind of just left alone to your own devices, and then you move along with your time.
Norm from Cheers over here, everybody. Right? I could just see Joshy sitting at the bar like Norm from Cheers. We'll take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Do you like eating alone? Do you enjoy it? Do you relish it? Do you feel a certain kind of way when you get the opportunity to eat by yourself? I do like this guy, Chef Ed, weighing in this morning saying that he didn't miss me at all. Gabe is better at running the show. He has a better radio voice. And he said, sorry, just saying. Chef Ed, I certainly missed you while I was gone. Jason Wilde coming up next.
Transform the way you do business with Fifth Third Bank's commercial payment solutions. Our market expertise and managed services streamline your entire payment process, seamlessly integrating with your existing systems to give you unparalleled control. Discover new revenue sources, save time, reduce operating costs, and boost your bottom line with the customized payment solutions that Fifth Third offers. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
We've got some delays out there. Northbound on 41 coming from Mayfair Road all the way up past Capitol Drive. There's still a crash there being worked on off on the right shoulder just north of Capitol Drive, so keep that in mind. On eastbound 94, we've got a little bit of a backup from 76th Street all the way past Hawley Road. You're going to see some delays westbound 94 right through the stadium interchange as well. We've got the right shoulder blocked on 794 heading eastbound or southbound at the Car Ferry Drive. It is off on the right shoulder, so that's something to keep in mind as well. And they're still working on this disabled vehicle on southbound 94 just before you get to Highway 11. The two right lanes are still blocked with this. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy, breezy, and cool, a high of 50. Tonight, clearing skies, widespread frost or freeze, a low of 35 at the lake, 29 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Homer for Window Nation. It's October, and if you've got old windows, that means you're back to dealing with chilly air seeping into your home. Eliminate annoying drafts once and for all with Window Nation in Milwaukee. This month, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free, plus pay nothing for 2 years. With the holidays coming up, it's a big deal, and they can do it so quickly. Don't miss out on free windows and 0 payments for 2 years with Window Nation, proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Visit windownation.com before October 31st to get started.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit lakelandsupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Why Z-Bart? Because you don't want rust holes in your expensive vehicle. Let Z-Bart keep the rust away with professional rust protection. Only at Z-Bart.
For the first time since his departure 3 years ago, the Green Bay Packers will face former quarterback, first-round pick, 4-time MVP, and Super Bowl champion Aaron Rodgers as he leads the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Green Bay Packers on Sunday Night Football. Rodgers speaking at his locker in Pittsburgh about his mindset of facing his former team.
I don't have any animosity toward the organization. Obviously, I wish that things have been better in our last year there, but I have a great relationship with a lot of people still in that organization.
It's Packers Steelers from Acrisure Stadium on Sunday Night Football. The Packers 3.5-point favorites. I'm Alex Stroh.
This has been your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Why Z-Bart? Because you have a manly truck that you do manly things with. And you don't want the truck bed getting all beat up. You want Rhino Liner by Z-Bart to keep your truck bed man-proof. So man up and ask for Rhino Liner by Z-Bart.
Turn your driveway into the basketball court of your dreams with Precision Sports, Southeastern Wisconsin's dealer for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator hoop systems. From installation to customizable painted court lines, Precision Sports is a slam dunk. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Ready, down, put. All Packers, all the time.
He was a field tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that this guy's on the field, he changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Jason Wilde is brought to you by Lakeland Supply. Lakeland Supply is in business to make your business better. Set up a free packaging and supply chain assessment at lakelandsupply.com. Exterior Pros, ready to tackle your home improvement project this year? Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help you score big with quality home exterior and shower upgrades. Visit extpros.com. Also brought to you by Century Foods. Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
We love checking in with our teammate and friend Jason Wilde on all things green and gold. Good morning, Jason. How are you doing today?
Good, everybody. How are you?
Well, happy to still work here. I thought maybe they were going to change my keys after I hadn't been here for a week, but happy to still be here. As far as people who are not still here, Aaron Rodgers, who the Packers will face this weekend in Pittsburgh. Are you going to the game?
I'm not.
Oh, I thought maybe this would be the one where you made the trip.
No. Sorry.
No big deal at all. It just means you don't get to have that little face-to-face time with our guy Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers had this to say about the meeting against the Packers this weekend. Take a listen.
I don't have any animosity toward the organization. Obviously, I wish that things have been better in our last year there, but I have a great relationship with a lot of people still in that organization, and this is not a revenge game for me. I'm just excited to see some of those guys and be on Sunday Night Football again.
I would 100% believe and trust him when he says that he still has great relationships with a lot of people in the organization in that locker room. I'm a little less believing when it comes to it's not a revenge game. Do you think Rodgers will have a little something extra as he faces the Packers this weekend, Jason?
It's not revenge he's after. It's a reckoning.
Tombstone?
Yeah, thank you. One of his favorite movies. He quoted that. He used that line 4 or 5 times over his time in Green Bay. So, I don't know. Do you think that that's someone who doesn't feel a little bit of whatever you want to call it? Maybe revenge is not the right word. He made a convincing case, as we all know, that this is different than Favre. But look, is he going to encounter Goody on the field and give him a great big hug? Probably not.
Can't imagine.
Yeah, like those. So, like, does that play into his motivation? Of course it does, right? Like, it's not. Yeah, does he hate Matt LaFleur or like he's been authentically. We were talking to Jordan about this yesterday. Like, he's authentically been a good friend of Jordan and a good mentor, and he did, kind of put his actions where his mouth was, and he did not treat his successor the way he was treated by his predecessor when he was the successor. But, the idea that he's going to go out there on Sunday night and, there's not going to be a little extra to it, and he also acknowledged that it would be a lot different if he was coming back to Lambeau. So, yeah, there's plenty of there, and I agree with you, Jen. You put it beautifully that I don't doubt that he has relationship. Keyshawn Nixon's another one. So he's got relationships with guys in that locker room, and he still cares about guys. And him and LaFleur are fine. I don't think, they're the tightest of friends or anything like that, but they've got a good, solid relationship. But that doesn't change the fact that, I'm fairly confident that he wants to win and play really well against the team and remind them, hey, I understand you had to go to the new guy, but if you had done things a little bit differently, look how good I still am.
Jason, I posed this question to Shefty yesterday and didn't really agree with his answer, so I'll ask you. If the Packers in the first round of the playoffs were to play Dallas, Tampa Bay, the Rams, who would you rather have out? Jordan Love or Micah Parsons?
A strange question. How did Schefter answer it?
Well, it's not exactly the question that he asked Shefty, but I digress. Chewy has changed the question to try to manipulate the answer that he so desires.
He said Jordan Love, and I disagree. I think Micah Parsons right now is more valuable to this team because I think this defense without him would be blah, blah.
We're not using our words this morning. We're using sound effects now.
Well, you used the word caca yesterday, and that entertained Shefty. I'll be honest, that entertained Shefty when Chewy said the word caca.
It's like this. Well, but that means that's the second time this week he's used caca because he used it with me too. Johnny Caca over there. I think I think we have to be careful here, and this is I am a Malik Willis fan as a person. I enjoy covering him. I enjoy our conversations. I think he's an authentically good person who played really good football for them last year. You know who also played really good football when the starting quarterback was injured? Jake Browning a couple years ago when Joe Burrow was hurt, right? And this time around, he's been so bad that they went out and got Joe Flacco, right?
Yep.
So I would be leery of suggesting that if you had to play a playoff game without one of those two stars, that you'd be better off without the quarterback. I'm going to politely refuse to answer your question. And now you're going to try and ask it again,
so
you can get what you're looking for.
I just think LaFleur can cobble a game plan together with Malik Willis.
He's proven that. You're right.
There's no
he's
cobbling. There's no cobbling without Micah Parsons. There's none. With how questionable these defensive backs have been so far this season, in giving a quarterback 5 seconds to play, how the hell are you going to stop him?
Yeah, I agree with your premise. I'm a little bit like James Campen. James Campen never wants to say, if a guy's if we're missing this guy because he's hurt. He always does these goofy. Well, if he breaks a shoelace, we got a good backup and so. Or if he breaks a chin strap, I don't think the Packers are winning a playoff game without either of those guys, because I think it's important to remember how small the margin for error is in a playoff game, and you're not playing any cupcakes when you get to the postseason. So I will agree with you on this. Micah Parsons is incredibly important to what this defense does, and they haven't always taken advantage of that, right? Whether that's good coverage or whether that's other guys getting home when they're singled up because he's double and triple teamed. I just want to emphasize again that the Arizona Cardinals, congratulations. You have told everyone in the league, don't be as dumb as we were. Make sure you double and chip and thump and everything else against Micah Parsons, because we were idiots to leave him singled up as much as we did.
Our conversations with Jason Wilde brought to you by Lakeland Supply. They're in business to make your business better. Set up a free packaging and supply chain assessment, lakelandsupply.com. Josh Jacobs limited yesterday, and I know he had to stump for himself, convince everybody that he was good to go And then he was upset, Jason, that the Packers wanted to put a snap count and a pitch count on him with the calf injury. But the fact of the matter is, he has a calf injury. How much longer do you think this is going to linger and going to be a battle for him to get the snaps that he desires and continue to play?
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank Matt LaFleur for pushing the schedule back yesterday, which allowed me to go to his press conference, which I'm sure was an absolute treat for him, and then go to practice because I don't usually get to do that because of our show. And I watched Josh Jacobs out there bouncing around like a kid. I mean, he is definitely I am not going to be the one that says you're only allowed to play 20 snaps. But to your point, and to the phrase that we say all the time, sometimes you have to protect players from themselves. As you certainly know, with one of the members of our panel who played in the NFL, sometimes they're dumb, and you have to try and make sure that you make them less dumb and protect them from being dumb. And Chewy, you played through stuff you probably shouldn't have. All these guys have. You want to go back to your point, because I like Emmanuel Wilson, but add Josh Jacobs to your little equation there of, do you want to play a playoff game without Love, without Parsons, or without Josh Jacobs? The prospect of trying to win without Josh Jacobs doesn't sound very appealing either.
Well, because as much as I like Emmanuel Wilson too, Jason, he hasn't been effective this year.
So, and Jacobs is just different, right? I mean, he is special. Like LaFleur had a great line yesterday about the run that he has before the touchdown that gives them the lead. You know, we all think about the fourth down play because, you know, of the way that played out. But, like, they still had to go in and score after that. Tucker Kraft didn't get to the end zone. And LaFleur had a great line about how, you know, we had the one run by Josh where, you know, we blocked that for, he says, to gain -3. And it ends up being like an 8-yard run or whatever. Like, he makes you better than you are on plays like that. Now, was there a touchdown in the Cincinnati game where they were all joking that it parted like the Red Sea because it was blocked so well? Yeah, there was. But there's lots of times when he makes something out of nothing because of his sheer will and willingness to and ability to run people over. And so I do think you have to protect him. I admire the fact that he wants to play through everything. But you guys, we talked about it last week. Calf injuries make me nervous because they sometimes lead to Achilles injuries, which are season-ending. So I think that he's a smart guy, but the stuff that he talked about and pushing, I think it's important to emphasize, he was medically cleared to play in that game. It was not, you're not cleared, well, forget you guys, I'm playing anyway. But he definitely was pushing to play more than they wanted him to. There's no denying that.
Jason Wilde hanging out with us here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Christian Watson was listed as a limited participant in practice on Wednesday. He said, "It is my goal and plan to play this week." Jason, will we see Watson on the field against the Steelers?
Yeah, I think we will. Like, I think the way he was talking, I don't think they would keep him in the dark on that, right? Like, they would have told him by now, hey, we're going to activate you. Like, just get through the week. But, yeah, we're gonna have you. He said he's going to be on a pitch count, but I think he's just so happy that he's going to play. He also had a great line because I am, as you guys well know, going to worry about everything and anything. It's like one of the worst surfaces in the league. And his response when we asked him about that was essentially, look, if I'm worried about the surface, I shouldn't be out there in the first place. Mm-hmm. And I tend to agree. At the same time, I don't know, Jim. Like, when you've got the people who play for the team that call Acrisure Stadium home talking about how bad it is. Like, it's one thing for Rodgers to complain about Soldier Field, right? He only plays there once a year. But when it's bad enough that the guys that play there, all their home games there, are saying how bad it is and how they need to get hit out of there so they don't have college games on the same weekend as Steelers games. I don't think that's optimal to have a guy come back from an ACL on that surface. And I don't blame him one iota for wanting to play. But I want, and there's no guarantees of him being completely healthy playing at Lambeau Field. He tore his ACL playing at Lambeau Field. But man, I want to give him, if it's me, the best conditions possible. And that stadium and that field do not do that.
Do they still have a roster spot available?
They promoted Monk, or they activated Monk.
Yeah, they activated Monk and they signed Havrasek.
And they signed Havrasek. So I don't think I'll be honest, I have not counted.
Okay.
I don't think they do, though.
Yeah, because that was the Monk thing caught my eye last week because they had 2 roster spots. They activated him.
Correct.
So if they activate him, they may have to make a corresponding move.
I believe so. I know Josh.
Correct.
I know Josh is back there counting all 53 guys on the roster, so I can count on him to make
Josh,
me right.
put your shoes back.
You know what Josh is doing? Josh is doing what I'm doing, which is imagining Matthew Golden and Christian Watson on the field at the same time. I'm giddy about that prospect.
And then Tucker Kraft just being wide open over the middle because so much attention's going to the outside.
Absolutely.
I thought forcing a target to Romeo Dobbs, who has a guy in his hip pocket, was the answer.
Joshy. Awesome. Hey, Jason, we appreciate you. I got so many things I want to ask you, but you know what? Maybe I should show up to the show more often if I want to ask you all of those things. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll talk to you again soon.
Make a list. We can ask him tomorrow.
I was going to say, so won't talk to you tomorrow, so save them for next week.
Dude Friday
everybody.
coming your way. Thanks, Jason.
Take care. Be good.
That's Jason Wilde. You can hear him on Wilde and Tausch right after Jen, Gabe, and Chewy each and every weekday here on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. Am I the only one? Christian Watson coming back? I understand that there's a little bit of I hope it works out, but seeing Christian Watson back on the field, that gave me a big boost to energy.
I'm curious what the pitch count is there. Right, because I don't think they're just going to throw him into the deep end. He hasn't played football in 10 months, an actual game in 10 months. My guess is they ease him back in and he plays... 15 to 20 snaps? Does that seem right?
Yeah.
Is it because Wicks isn't going to play?
Got to be part of it.
I would imagine that would factor in if he was a non-participant with his calf yesterday.
Yeah. Well, could they put Wicks on IR to open up a spot?
If the calf injury is not bad enough, I don't think they would want to do that.
Yeah. Well, who are they going to cut?
That's why I was asking Jason if they had a roster spot available.
Okay, then.
Was that a moment of silence?
I don't know for who. When it comes to your home, the smart play is trusting Gina Della and her team at Pella. This month, you can score a whole house of new, energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's like a drive you can sustain for years, keeping your home comfortable thanks to the incredible defense played by Pella Windows, keeping out the drafts. So don't wait. Schedule that free consultation today at PellaWI.com. And like so many of us here at ESPN Milwaukee, you should be trusting Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Things are slowing down on northbound 41, right from Mayfair Road all the way up past Capitol Drive. There is a crash still being worked on off on the right shoulder there. On the southbound side, backing up from the county line past Good Hope Road, back on the brakes from Hampton all the way down to Burleigh. We've got eastbound 94 backing up from about 84th Street all the way to Holly Road, and again, coming out of the stadium interchange. Westbound 94 is a little tight from about 35th Street to Holly Road. And then in Racine County, they're still working on this accident it's a disabled vehicle on southbound 94 just before you get to Highway 11. The two right lanes are blocked with this. Hopefully it'll be gone soon. Tee off at Lake Lawn Resort's Majestic Oaks Golf Course, 18 holes lakeside in Delavan. Whether you're a pro or just starting, it's the perfect course. Book your tee time today at lakelawnresort.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Partly cloudy skies, breezy and cool, a high of 50 tonight. Clearing skies, widespread frost or freeze, a low of 35 at the lake, 29 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
Now through Wednesday, save on 24-pack Essential Everyday Spring Water, $3.99. 15 to 150 count selected varieties Solo Cups, plates, or bowls, $3.99. 13 to 22 ounce selected varieties Farm Rich Appetizers, $5.49. 14 to 16 ounce selected varieties Daisy Dips, sour cream, or cottage cheese, 2 for $5.
I am starving.
Oh, no. Never walk into a Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day. Ooh, wow, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against Chicago on December 7th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
Enter by November 12th.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Your neighbors are talking. Did you see their siding? Yikes. That drafty window? It's basically air conditioning. From nature. Don't be the scary house on the block this fall. Call Exterior Pros and Baths and get $3,000 off your roofing, siding, windows, or bath project. No tricks, just treats. That's 262-800-4274 or click your way to extpros.com. Fall in love with your home again. Trust the pros.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Sundays are for football and carbless. Born in Wisconsin, carbless handcrafted premium cocktails are packed with flavor, not sugar. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, just 100 calories, and gluten-free. Whether you're tailgating in Green Bay or calling the plays from your couch, carbless is the cocktail that's always game day ready. Crisp, clean, and crafted to win. This season, drink like a champion. Drink carbless, a proud partner of the Green Bay Packers.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
What we need is a chart. And every week, we take the shirtless picture of Chew, and we move that to wherever the prediction is of how many wins that they have.
8, 6,
7.
7. I think that's how it goes now, right?
8,
and they lost in each
7, 5, 309 on 94.5 ESPN.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Therapist match commitment. What does that mean? It means BetterHelp does an initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. They have a short questionnaire. It helps identify your needs and preferences, and they have 12 plus years of experience so they can match you with the right therapist the very first time. But listen, if they get it wrong and you aren't happy, you can switch to a different therapist at any time from their tailored recommendations. 30,000 therapists on their books, the largest online therapy platform. They've served more than 5 million people globally, and they have a 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on 1.7 million client reviews. If you find yourself asking questions, facing challenges, needing help, BetterHelp can help. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250. That's pound 250. Say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling 250 for BetterHelp's help. I want to touch on this Christian Watson thing, guys, because I think it's a big deal. There is the possibility that the Packers, they were talking about the situation with Josh Jacobs and sometimes how you have to protect a player from themselves. And I think Jason is, as we know, a cautious guy, Chew, just generally speaking, not even specific to players on NFL rosters. Would you hold Christian Watson out, maybe have him start a home game, more comfortable, more familiar, or if he's ready, he's ready. Let's get him out there and see what this offense can do with him, even in a limited snap count situation?
If he's ready, he's ready. I like what he said. If he's worried about playing on this field, then he shouldn't play. I think the pitch count would be higher. I see it more of in the 30s. Because he's ready to go. I mean, he was probably ready to go in his mind maybe a game or two earlier. So I just let him play. But I'm with you guys. I'm going to be very interested to see the groupings they put him in with, where they play him.
What would you do, Chew?
Who goes?
If you have those receivers, that offense at your disposal, what would you like to line up? And again, not every snap, obviously, but ideal.
Like 3 receiver sets, I would put Watson at X, which is typically away from the other 2. I would put Golden in the slot and Dobbs at the Z with Tucker Kraft. That's tough to stop. Obviously, I think in that situation, they're probably going to play cover 2, just because of the speed, which allows you to do a lot of different things. Gabe mentioned it earlier. That brings Tucker Kraft into, the mid-level routes to the deeper routes because they have to honor that speed in the defensive backfield. And if they're going to do that, then you run the ball. They have to be able to run the ball against cover 2. That is the best defense to run the ball against, okay? Because it takes your safeties out of the play with run support, and typically your corners are not great tacklers. So that's another way to get them out of cover 2 if they're going to be in zebra personnel, and then you can think about going long.
I mean, that's kind of been the issue, though, right? Like, teams have kind of realized they don't need to have that extra defender in the box, and still they can be successful trying to stop the Packers' run game.
And I don't know why that is.
That's ultimately been a big issue, Chew, where teams have gone soft and they just haven't been able to take those big shot plays the way they were earlier in the year because teams were committing that extra defender to the run. That left them susceptible on the back end. Now they're kind of having the best of both worlds. So running the football, again, it comes back to me. If they're in that cover 2, Chew, got to be able to run the football efficiently because ultimately that's how you take advantage of all the speed that you can put on the field is if you run the ball effectively, make them pay attention to that, and now they got to pick their poison on the outside.
And it has to be an offensive line issue because it's body on body. You have enough guys there to block their front. So it's got to be an offensive line issue. Because typically in cover 2, you're booking the corners, and the receivers are up on the safeties, which even make it better. So I don't know. It's just something's off because the running game is not as good as it was last year.
So here's a detail that I think we need to address before we move on here, guys. How does this affect the snap count for some of these other guys? How does it affect the targets for some of these other guys? We have been banging the drum that we would like to see Matthew Golden getting more targets. If Christian Watson is on the field, does that take away from Matthew Golden's targets? Or to your point, Shu, the Wicks injury has sort of evened that stuff out. Can Matthew Golden continue to get more targets as we would like to see him get as the number 1 wide receiver in our minds and in our hearts, while also working Watson into the offense, Chew?
Typically Golden and Watson are both X's, and LaFleur wants them to learn everything across the board. But no, he's going to lose reps, especially if Wicks is going to be available to play. He'll probably hang at the pitch count that he's at right now. I don't see it elevating, but he will stabilize his reps or he'll lose reps. That's just what's going to happen.
Christian Watson was 5th on this team in targets last year. It's not like he's a high volume guy. He's that home run hitter that they have. 3 wide receivers plus Tucker Kraft all ranked ahead of him last year. So I think, especially if Wicks ends up being out, and with Reed still being out right now, I think there are still plenty of opportunities to go around for Matthew Golden to get the snaps that he needs to continue his development.
But what Watson does typically is he has a big game, right? He's had big games.
Oh yeah,
and then he kind of disappears. Mm-hmm. So he'll have 6 catches for. I'm sure he's been over 100 yards in his career.
So twice to your point last year, Chew, twice he went over 100 yards. He had 4 catches for 150 against Chicago. The very next week, 0 catches on 3 targets.
Yeah, that's what he. He's kind of Aaron Jones-ish.
Yeah. 4 catches for 114 yards in the loss against Detroit. The next week, 3 catches, 56 yards. So decent, but then the week after, nothing for nothing.
Has anyone had a 100-yard game this year?
No.
Yeah.
No wide receiver. Tucker Kraft's gone over.
Yes, no wide receivers.
My question and the issue that I think could arise here is right now it doesn't seem like there's simply enough targets in the offense to have anyone truly be an emergent factor or be considered a true wide receiver 1. And adding to that is only going to subtract from everyone else in some form or fashion. I don't know if it's going to be, hey, he gets 3 targets in a game, so now Matthew Golden is down to 1, or Romeo Doubs is down to 2. I do think just because of the low volume in the passing game, it's going to be interesting how you, not only as Chewy's told us time and time again, keep them happy, but you run an effective offense that is targeting your best players with the requisite amount of frequency.
And they haven't run a lot of plays this year. It doesn't feel like.
That's the other part.
They haven't had
that's what I was
games.
saying by targets.
Yeah, sure, but they haven't had a lot of games where they've been in the 70s or even touching 80. I think last game they were 50, which is crazy low. But
some of that is when your defense gives up a drive that lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what happened against Cincinnati. There was a long drive in the game against Arizona. When your defense give up those long drives, that again ends up reflecting on your offense when you end up not running that many plays.
And you don't run the ball very effectively, so a drive stall out, things like that.
Well, the last game, third down efficiency was not good. 3 for 10, I think it was.
They're still number 1 in the NFL in third down efficiency.
Don't crazy guys. Coward. 2nd in the NFL for explosive plays in 2025. I was thinking, oh, yes, Christian Watson coming back. They're going to really bump up that explosive plays number. No, 13% of their plays from scrimmage result in an explosive play. So they're doing just fine with explosive plays, even with Christian Watson out. We got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Still a lot of stuff to get to. I see you popping off in the comments, guys. I know you want us to talk about Bucks. We got a lot of stuff to get to in the second hour of the show, but we certainly can talk about the Bucks. Opening night, last night, getting a win over the Wizards. We'll talk about that and more as the show rolls on.
Looking for a newer, nicer used vehicle? The Ewald Automotive Group can help increase your purchase power during their used car rate reduction sales event. Shop 600 quality pre-owned vehicles with no money down, no payments until 2026. Interest rates are coming down, so let them try to improve your situation today. It costs nothing other than just a few minutes of your time to check them out. You'll be glad you did. So just go to ewaldauto.com, find out locations, inventory, and more. Ewald Automotive, a place you can trust. I've trusted over 10 years. People in Milwaukee have been trusting for over 60 years. It all starts at ewaldauto.com.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. You said people came to Lambeau to play with you then.
Green Bay isn't, a huge vacation destination. People are coming here to play with me.
Now they come to Green Bay to play with 10.
Love stepping up, throwing in. Joe Watson, touchdown Packers.
Get everything you need for the Packers matchup against Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers right here. 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. I reclaim my outdoor space by having Comfort Awnings install a motorized retractable awning so I can enjoy the sun and get relief when I need it. Sensors are also available that detect strong winds and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive a free motor for your automated awning with your order. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
For the first time since his departure 3 years ago, the Green Bay Packers will face former quarterback, first-round pick, four-time MVP, and Super Bowl champion Aaron Rodgers as he leads the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Green Bay Packers on Sunday Night Football. Rodgers speaking at his locker in Pittsburgh about his mindset of facing his former team.
I don't have any animosity toward the organization. Obviously, I wish that, things have been better in our last year there, but, I have a great relationship with a lot of people still in that organization.
It's Packers-Steelers from Acrisure Stadium on Sunday Night Football. The Packers, 3.5-point favorites. I'm Alex Rowe.
This has been your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Little by little, some banks are pecking away at your balance with fees on their checking. You need an account with no monthly fee. Make the switch to Tri-City. Tri-City National Bank. Member FDIC.
For every athlete, every fan. Whether you're suiting up your team or rallying your fan base, Alpha Custom Apparel brings fresh, affordable designs to the field, court, or stands. We outfit schools, clubs, leagues, and fans with gear that turns heads and builds pride. Need uniforms, spirit wear, or fan merch in a hurry? Our quick turnaround and unbeatable Midwest-based service means you'll be ready for game day in style. Quality designs, comfortable fits, local service you can trust. Create with us at alphacustomapparel.com.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. To book your next tee time, call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com. Enjoy golf. Enjoy the Bog.
I'm the guy that never gives 5 stars because I never believe that anything is perfect. But I would give them 20 stars if I could.
Ernest Stellar Review belongs to QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative treatments. They came through when he badly needed relief for his aching knees, and doctors had told him that surgery was the only option.
What they're doing is cutting edge, and it really helps. And I'm a tough sell.
QC Kinetics is led by National Medical Director Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, a pioneer in this field. With 20 years of clinical work, tons of research, teaching, publishing in non-surgical natural pain treatments. These are the medical pros to trust.
I'm living my life basically pain-free from what I was dealing with, so I'm a happy camper today, no doubt about it.
QC Kinetics. Call today to see if you're a candidate.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-667-5559. That's 414-667-5559. 414-667-5559.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
TBD.
No, not how this
Attaboy.
works.
Attaboy.
That's not how any of this
That's
works.
how you make content.
What do you mean? That's how it works for him.
What's TBD mean?
To be determined.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Did you hear him say to be dumb?
To be dumb. Did Joshy say that?
He did.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Up for a game? Potawatomi Sportsbook is right there with you for all international games and matches. The Midwest's best sportsbook opens early. Place your bets, kick back, and enjoy the show on an absolutely enormous video wall. Then grab a cold one along with food from a menu packed with flavor. Not up for watching a game but still want in on the action? You can wager on any sport, anytime at the quick service kiosks. Bet above the rest at Potawatomi Sportsbook. And speaking of games, guys, got a tiny game for you here as we wrap up the first hour of the show on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. I am doing an interview tomorrow on Friday with an icon, an American icon. And I want you guys, based on the clues I'm about to give you, to try to guess who it is. You ready, Chew?
Yeah.
Put the microphone by your face, please.
Hey.
Josh is getting so exasperated. The first clue for you guys is this person's real name is Stanley Kirk Burrell.
Okay.
Will Ferrell.
Incorrect.
That was a good guess, though.
Good answer.
That was a good guess.
Answer.
Loves football.
Yep.
USC. Okay.
Number 2. Before he became famous in music, he worked in Major League Baseball. spending several years in the Oakland A's organization?
Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi is famously like from the East Coast.
I know, but that
That's
can't
like
be
the
his
one
real
thing
name.
I know about Bon Jovi.
Well, but it actually is his real name. It's like Bon Giovanni or Bon Jovi or something like that.
Is it really?
Yeah. Do you know his son is married to the chick from Stranger Things? 11?
13.
13. Yes, 13. It is 13.
Millie Bobby Brown would be her name, Josh.
Yeah.
You guys got that one. Good job.
Isn't he also? They have like the wine business, the rosé business.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
He owned a team. Didn't he own a team with John Elway?
It was an AFL team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might have owned. They eventually may have owned the league. I mean, if you would have told me that, I would have believed it.
Yeah.
I do feel like perhaps this is the clue that is going to.
We've already got a correct guess here in the private talking text.
I saw on the Carbless Talking text line that John has gotten a correct guess as well. His signature style included a specific kind of baggy, flashy pants that became a 90s pop culture symbol.
I know. Bobby Brown.
What the?
It's MC Hammer. You dip bleep.
Same
touch
guy,
this.
Gabe.
It is not the same guy.
Brown.
Bobby Brown and MC Hammer are not the same guy.
People knew who I was talking about.
Nope.
Yeah.
You didn't know who you were talking about.
I
I'm
did.
interviewing MC Hammer tomorrow, you guys. Do you want to
Really?
know why?
Hammer time?
Well, yeah, it's going to be Hammer time. I'll tell you that right now. So the running backs coach at Arizona was the lead choreographer / dancer for MC Hammer during that entire era. He actually created the Hammer dance. Oh, right? He created that.
Really?
And now he has his players. He's the running backs coach. He actually has his players do what they call a typewriter drill, where he has them mimic that footwork, just again to create the idea of fast feet and being able, to move through your drills quickly.
Well,
but
How does one How does one go from choreographer to football coach?
yeah, so he did that for I think 4 or 5 years, and then he was like, I can't do this forever. And he loved football, grew up playing football, became a coach in high school, and then he was in the Oakland area, and he was the guy who all of the scouts would come and see. Like, who do I need to know from the Bay Area? What players do I need to know? And then he ended up hooking up with the coach, Brennan, who is the head coach at Arizona now, but they were at San Jose State together and and now he is basically the associate head coach at the University of Arizona. So that is our story for game day next week, and I get to interview MC Hammer.
The coach probably should have choreographed a way to block Micah Parsons, that dumbass.
He doesn't know which Arizona you're talking about.
The Cardinals.
Yeah, he is the
What is Jen?
coach.
Hold on.
What?
What program does Jen work on?
Oh, sugar. Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
He was really proud of that pop. He's like,
I was,
I am gonna end this
LU?
first hour on a banger. That's what he thought. That's what's going through his mind.
Yeah, I did. That's on me, Josh.
Yeah.
Not the Cardinals, you dip bleep. Then Gabe and Chewy rolls on after this.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Got quite a bit of a backup on 41 southbound, basically from the county line past Good Hope Road all the way down towards Hampton. On the northbound side, slowing down from Mayfair Road all the way up to Hampton. Southbound 43 slowing down just before Good Hope Road down to about Bender Road, back on the brakes from just south of Silver Spring down all the way to Locust. Northbound's just got a little bit of a backup just north of North Avenue heading up to Locust. Westbound 94, you're slowing down from about 17th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. More delays west of the Zoo interchange to the county line. Eastbound 94's got backups from 84th Street all the way through the stadium interchange. Traffic is brought to you by Safe Plow. When winter hits Wisconsin, Safe Plow keeps driveways and businesses clear with no-tolerance snow removal. They handle the blizzards so you can handle your business. Visit safeplow.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy skies, breezy and cool, a high of 50. Tonight, clearing skies, widespread frost or freeze, a low of 35 at the lake, 29 inland. from the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Goldsmiths are essential to running a jewelry store, but they're extremely hard to find.
Goldsmiths can repair jewelry, set diamonds, resize rings, and create beautiful, one-of-a-kind pieces of custom jewelry.
Most jewelry stores do not have an in-house goldsmith.
But Kessler's has 18 wonderful goldsmiths working in our 9 Kessler stores.
The average Kessler's goldsmith has more than 15 years of full-time experience.
And that's not counting all the apprentice goldsmiths and jewelry designers.
Our goldsmiths repair a lot of jewelry that we did not sell.
Bring us your broken jewelry and we'll bring it back to life.
When you see a woman with an extremely attractive, very distinctive engagement ring,
you can safely assume that it's a custom-designed, one-of-a-kind ring made by the goldsmiths at Kessler's.
When your relationship is special, you need a special engagement ring.
if you want something that's breathtakingly one of a kind,
come to Kessler's.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Jim, you know not a book will be cracked on field day. That's what my kids are doing
Yeah,
today.
it's a little stressful, though.
I don't think we have finished with my inbox.
What's Scott's tights?
Has it really been 10 years? A local businessman pledges college tuition to third graders.
Please explain.
I'm
Stressful
speechless.
from the standpoint of, like, God, I hope I made it to the next grade. See what I'm saying?
No.
Michael, why did you promise that?
To change lives?
No, Michael, why would you promise that?
You know, okay.
A
I'd
day
say
in my life.
Third, fourth, fifth that crossed my mind.
In fourth grade, you were worried about making it to fifth?
Yeah.
I fell in love with these kids, so I made them a promise. I told them that if they graduated from high school, I would pay for their college education. I've made some empty promises in my life, but hands down, that was the most generous.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
We are gathering information this morning, just as everyone else is, about the arrests that the is it the FBI, the literal
correct.
FBI?
Yes. They've got a presser scheduled at the top of the hour.
Has arrested
now.
Terry Rozier and Chauncey
I thought
Billups
it was 10 Eastern.
Oh, maybe I misread it.
Yeah.
for illegal gambling. And if you're not sure about what Chauncey Billups is up to these days, guys, he is literally the Trailblazers head coach.
So ABC News putting out there that he has been charged in an illegal poker operation that's tied to the mafia. So it doesn't have to do with him coaching games or point shaving or anything, but an illegal poker game, legal poker operation tied to the mafia. They also say Heat guard Terry Rozier, who's also arrested today, was arrested in a separate but related betting case.
Yeah.
What do we want to bet the related part is?
The mafia. If you've watched any gambling documentary about sports athletes and gambling, it's almost always tied to the mafia in some form, as they are feeding those to people who are then also taking advantage as part of the old payola happening.
So you think his role was to get players or people with a lot of money?
I don't
to
know.
These games? That's what it kind of smells like.
Yeah,
to me.
for him, sure. Getting
Yes.
players in, and then maybe some of those players like Terry Rozier get in too deep, and next thing they know, they're
Yeah.
point shaving.
Wow, this is crazy.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how all these dots start to connect, and if there's any more arrests that happen between now and 9 o'clock when that press conference for the FBI is scheduled to start out in New York.
Last night, obviously, and we will continue to monitor this as information comes in. There's not a ton out there, but as the guy said, there is a press conference scheduled for, an hour or so? An hour from
9
now?
o'clock.
Bucks get the win last night, 133-120 over the Wizards. It was a really good game to watch. I really enjoyed it. Bucks came out to a hot start. I think they scored 40 points in the first quarter. Obviously, Chris Middleton was back. Gabe, you said that the honoring of Chris Middleton, you had some thoughts about that.
I wish the video was a little bit better than it was. I mean, it was fine. I just thought that for Chris, you could go above and beyond. Like, Chris Middleton is somebody who's going to have his number retired eventually. Like, he's going to come back. His number is going to be raised to the rafters. There aren't very many Bucks that have the resume in their history that Chris Middleton has. Champion, all-star, Olympian, gold medalists. And I thought the video could have been maybe a little bit better, especially when Giannis was talking on Thanalysis about how he was hoping Chris was going to cry. And when Giannis said that, I'm like, oh, man, everyone's going to be a puddle. Clearly, Giannis knows something. This video is going to be touching. It's going to be emotional. And it was maybe just a click above what, a normal kind of welcome back type of video would be. I didn't see the one they did for Bud last year that I know Giannis obviously pushed for them to do. But it's tough, right? It's in the middle of an NBA game. You don't want to have the video go too long and interrupt game flow, but if you were going to do that, to me, Chris Middleton is the guy you do that for.
Well, the one job that you have is to try to make Chris Middleton cry, try to shake him up a little bit, right? Make him a little bit emotional before a game. Good on Chris Middleton for doing his one job, which was to not let it.
Well, but that's the thing. It wasn't. They did it in the first time out is when they played the video. So they didn't do it when they did starting lineups. So Chris got a pretty good ovation when they announced him as the last guy to come out for the Wizards for the starting lineups, but then they played the video during the first media timeout.
So Bucks get the win, and this is the thing with the Bucks this year is they are trying to be a more fast pace, right? The big criticism of the Bucks last year was that they were old and they were slow, and that was a big reason why they struggled to compete with some of the younger, faster teams in the league, specifically in the Eastern Conference. Now, I did feel like they were faster. Do you like the new look offense? Do you like the new look lineup that they have? Because it was interesting to see Kyle Kuzma out there and interesting to see Miles Turner out there and AJ Green out there. Like, do you like the way that they are constructing these lineups?
I like Kuz coming off the bench. That makes a ton of sense. I think it seems like the goal is when Giannis is on the floor, they want to have as many shooters as possible. And that's just not what Kuz is. So it seems like the best way to highlight his abilities as a player and use his athleticism are to, not that he's going to exclusively play when Giannis is off the floor, but I think when Giannis is off the floor, then Kuzma is out there. And he uses that athleticism to get to the rim, grab rebounds, play some defense, and just high maximum energy type of minutes from Kuz.
Why did Portis not start?
Because he never starts.
I don't think Bobby had a great night.
It was a quiet night. I don't know if it was like got a couple of shots up. It's not like he went 2 for 10 or something. It was just a quiet night off the bench. Just a quiet night for Bobby. Not a big deal.
Giannis was solid.
Very 37 points.
If 37, 15? Did he get to 15 rebounds?
14 rebounds. 14 rebounds, 5 assists.
And 5. Yeah,
I just happen to have the box score up
solid,
in front of me.
I guess. Yeah, I guess you could call that solid.
He averages 40 points per game against Washington. So right there, around his
so he had a
average for a
game.
career. Oh,
disappointing game, a little below average.
Could have taken another 3. Missed the first one, but nailed that other one.
When the one he hit, there was a collective groan as everyone is like basically saying, "Why, Giannis? Why are you?" Yeah,
swish.
It did.
Well, because the previous one hit the glass like.
Previous 2 weren't great.
The big doink. So Bucks out to a good start. Now they go to they go up to Toronto, right, for Friday, and I think I saw that the start of that game is moved because of the World Series.
Yes.
So just something to keep in mind as you are looking for the Bucks in action again later this week. We got to take a break on the show. Got a lot of stuff still coming up. Stick around. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on right after this. But let me tell you guys about my friends over at Closets by Design. If you're looking to be more organized and you're trying to bring more beauty to your home, I cannot recommend Closets by Design enough. I was really struggling. I'd walk into my closet and I just had a lot of stuff. And I know that's a first world problem, but for me, it caused a lot of anxiety, and I just needed somebody to go in there, declutter, organize my space. So Closets by Design did just that. They're a leader in custom storage solutions since 1982, combining quality, beauty, and a true commitment to customer satisfaction. And you're looking for a satisfied customer? You got one right here. My closet is clean. It is organized. It is beautiful, and it no longer creates anxiety for me when I walk in there trying to pick out my outfits for the show every weekend. No obligation, in-home consultations, custom designs, and the best value in the industry. And maybe you're saying, no, I don't need my closet organized, Jen. I'm not like you. I don't wear clothes for television for work. What about a mudroom? What about a pantry? You must have areas in your home that you continue to wish were more organized, and Closets by Design can be your answer. If you're ready to get organized, call Closets by Design in Mequon and tell them Jen sent you.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
It's a bit slow eastbound 94. You're looking at delays from 84th Street all the way through the Stadium Interchange to 30th Street. Westbound,
I can hear you. Can you hear
backing
me?
up from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Back on the brakes west of Highway 100 all the way to Moreland. Southbound 43, you got back up south of Silver Spring all the way down towards Locust.
Awesome.
Northbound's backing up from Fond du Lac Avenue up past Locust. And we got a little bit of a backup northbound on 4394, right around the Plainfield curve all the way up past Oklahoma Avenue. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Partly cloudy skies, breezy and cool, a high of 50. Tonight, clearing skies, widespread frost or freeze, a low of 35 at the lake, 29 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Your neighbors are talking. Did you see their siding? Yikes. That drafty window? It's basically air conditioning. From nature. Don't be the scary house on the block this fall. Call Exterior Pros and Baths and get $3,000 off your roofing, siding, windows, or bath project. No tricks, just treats. That's 262-800-4274 or click your way to extpros.com. Fall in love with your home again. Trust the pros.
Escape to Lake Lawn Resort in Delavan, Wisconsin, where everything is better at the lake. Dive into endless outdoor activities, including boating, fishing, and paddleboarding on the serene Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind in the award-winning Calidora Spa. Enjoy gourmet meals at 1878 on the lake, casual bites at the Lookout Bar and Eatery, and sweet treats at the Isle of Capri Cafe. Explore Delavan Lake's stunning shores and historic landmarks from the comfort of their 76-foot cruise boat, the Lake Lawn Queen. Book your stay today at LakeLawnResort.com.
Is your business ready to take the next step? At Fifth Third Commercial Bank Wisconsin, our team of local experienced advisors is here to propel you forward. We understand your needs and offer in-depth expertise, cutting-edge technology, and tailored solutions to streamline your cash collections, automate payments, and safeguard your assets with top-notch fraud mitigation tools. Contact Fifth Third in downtown Milwaukee today. Let's eliminate the non-value add work so you can focus on what truly matters, growing your business. Fifth Third Bank National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
BetterHelp therapists have helped more than 5 million people worldwide on their mental health journeys. Moments in therapy, like the right question, a safe space to cry, or a small win can really change lives. This World Mental Health Day, we're celebrating the therapists who have helped millions of people take a step forward. If you're ready to find the right therapist for you, BetterHelp can start that journey. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call or text pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling or texting pound 250.
This Thursday, October 23rd, the KBN crew is taking over the Bullpen Sports Bar and Grill in New Berlin, broadcasting live from 2 to 5 p.m. Come out for Taco Thursday, meet the team, and stick around for great food, cold drinks, and non-stop sports action. You'll love Friday fish fries, their crowd favorite pizza and wings, and game day specials for the Badgers, Bucks, Brewers, and Packers. Grab a seat inside or on their outdoor patio and see why everyone's talking about the Bullpen, your local spot for food, friends, and Wisconsin sports. See you this Thursday at the Bullpen.
You are listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I don't know which is which, but here's what I do.
Yes, all right.
I take the plus and I put it to the plus. I take the minus and I put it to the minus.
Yeah, but the jacker things don't have the.
Yeah, they do.
Where?
Sure do. On the handles.
What's a jacker thing? Is it something that your wife keeps in the drawer?
He meant jumper cables.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Joining us now on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is the head coach of your Whitewater Warhawks. It is Jace Rendell. Good morning, Coach. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, guys. Appreciate you having us on the program and looking forward to our conversation.
I hope you'll appreciate this, but Roam Free in the YouTube stream said that you look like Jordy Nelson's brother.
I'll take it. Corey Nelson, stud.
Right.
Farmer, I like that too. Give me them roots.
Exactly. Hard worker. You know, you got the work ethic nailed down. So we all know that last year was not the season that you guys wanted. 6-4. I think I saw an article that said that 4 losses for the first time since 2002, which, by the way, is a testament to just the team that you guys have put together, the program that you guys have put together. When did you know going into the 2025 season that you had done enough that this year would be different?
Yeah, I think it started as soon as we had those exit interviews with all the players last November. I think you could tell there was a chip on everybody's shoulder. They knew we were better than that. They didn't want to go out that way in regards to the seniors and the leaders in the program. You come out of that fall semester last year, and we had nobody transfer out. Right? You had nobody hit the transfer portal and try to leave. I think they were believing in what we were doing and buying into the philosophy of the program. And then you hit the spring semester with our workouts and our training. And I just think we had great leadership in that part of the season. And guys were in my office talking, and we just worked together from a leadership standpoint, put a good foundation put together in spring ball, had a bunch of new coaches added to the staff. We came out of spring ball feeling pretty good about our team, and then had a great fall camp. And here we are, heading into Game 7 of the year. So been a lot, but I think we kind of knew it right away, or I felt it from the players with nobody leaving. But when we met one-on-one in those individual meetings, there was a little chip on the shoulder with something to prove. And we knew we're going to have a good team coming to this fall.
How are you guys feeling about the matchup with Platteville, who is, I believe, in the top 10?
Yeah, huge challenge. I mean, they were the champs last year. So they came out on top last year, and they got the better of the game when we played against them. So, but I think Whitewater, right, you come here, you want to be the best. So you get excited for those opportunities, the challenge of playing a team that's ranked higher, a team that's, on the top of the standings in the conference. And so it'll be a huge challenge, but we're looking forward to it. We believe in our team, and we believe in the growth that we've made through our first 6 games. We've been challenged a bit, and we've, I think, managed that well and grown from that. And now we got to put it on the field this Saturday against a really good team.
Coach, the WIAC is tough every year, but is this year a little bit different? 8 teams in the conference, 6, that's right, 6 are ranked in the top 25.
I think so. I mean, we'll see how things shake out as the remainder of this season plays out. But, you got a lot of coaches that have been in this league for many years, and Whitewater's kind of been at the top. I came to Whitewater in 2005 and, played in the national championship game, and 7 consecutive years after that in the national championship game. And trust me, that wasn't because of me, but as you look at the program, right, it's been at the top for a long time. So these other schools in the league have not only been chasing it, right, they've been investing in their institutions and their programs, and they've been playing at a high level the last few years, and so that doesn't necessarily surprise me. I've been in this league that long too, so that these teams are going to be really good and these programs are going to be really good. So hands full, tough conference this year.
If you're just joining us, we've got Jason Randall joining the program this morning, head coach of the Whitewater football team, 5-1, headed into a matchup against Platteville this weekend, also 5-1. What has been the key to the success this season? I know you guys have focused on limiting the turnovers, and it seems like that's something that you're seeing game in and game out.
Without a doubt, on offense, we got to make sure we protect that football. Nothing too mystical or magical about it. It's really about executing.
Are you a Benson Boone fan? Is that what that was, Coach? A little mystical magical?
No, I think that's a Mike Tomlin. I think I took that from him. But yeah, I mean the key, playing our game, right? Adversity happens. You got to be able to manage that. We're kind of young on some positions, and we've hopefully been taking steps and grown and improved through the course of this year. But it's playing our game. It's being fast. It's being physical. It's being smart, disciplined, poised. It's sticking together, playing as a team, having that, that love for the team where I'm willingness to sacrifice for the betterment of the team, because, we got to be able to do it together. So, I think playing great defense, establishing the run offense has probably overall been the key to how we've had success so far.
Is recruiting tougher now, Coach, with the transfer portal? I mean, do you get a lot of kids from the transfer portal, or do you mainly just go and recruit high schools and try to pull the talent out of there?
I think it's a combination of both. Recruiting, I think the playing field probably levels out just a little bit more than it used to because of social media, because of Huddle and the ability to easily access and communicate and evaluate people in an instance, right? I could find a name right now, I could Google them, and I could be talking to them by lunchtime and having a conversation and get a visit scheduled. So I think a lot of programs are able to do that. And I mean, you can have student assistants, right? You can have helpers that maybe aren't in a full-time role doing a lot of that work too on the front end. So the transfer portal, I think that's opened up, again, made it easily a little bit more accessible to all programs to be able to hit up transfers and all that. So is a little bit more difficult. Yes and no, but I still think it comes down to be able to evaluate the tape, be able to, project and see talents and skills on that tape and making sure you're getting the right people within your program, whether they're transfers or from high school.
Does NIL trickle down to D3, Coach?
Yeah, it has a little bit. I know other sports probably a little more prominent than football. We haven't had to do it much in our program. Now we have a plan for it.
Sports more prominent than football. What are we talking about here, Coach?
Hey,
There's nothing more prominent than football.
Yeah, maybe that was the wrong word, but football's got 22 guys, right? You got 11 guys on the field. You look at basketball, right? Basketball's got 5 guys, right?
Yeah.
It's a little bit easier to maybe keep a starting shooting guard in your program with one deal versus, where do you even start in football besides, the quarterback? But so it's there a little bit on our level, but not a ton yet.
To be fair, Coach, we use the wrong words on this program all the time, so welcome. No judgment here.
How proud of you are, though, because you mentioned the transfer portal and nobody transferred out. So how proud of you of your team and your coaching staff that you've built the culture where everybody does want to be there and build what you have with the 5-1 record this year?
Yeah, without a doubt. Super proud of that. Last year was hard. There's, a lot of trials and tribulations on this marathon and this journey. But to see the players sticking it out, right, and not trying to take that path of least resistance and find a new home, but, put their head down and keep fighting and keep pounding away. Yeah, that makes, that warms the heart. That makes you feel pretty good as a head coach when guys are wanting to be here, even though you've done something that hadn't happened in 20-plus years.
I want to talk about your quarterback from a competitor standpoint. Justin Klinkner is a kid from Wisconsin, but you, doing your due diligence as a coach, you bring in some guys through the transfer portal, one who was at the University of Pittsburgh, the other who was at Grand Valley State, but he was not intimidated by that prospect. He was not intimidated by that situation. Just talk about how you saw that level of maturity and that competitiveness that you want in your starting quarterback from him through that situation.
We came out of last year with only two quarterbacks on the roster, so we know we had to leverage the transfer portal and create some competition in that room. And as you said, right, we brought 3. We actually brought a third transfer in too, and Justin Klinkner didn't flinch. He embraced that. He took it head on and just put his head down, went to work. We were really fair in spring ball. Everybody got balanced reps. We had 3 guys fighting for it in spring ball. Same thing in fall camp, getting balanced reps with the starting unit. And again, Klinkner just put his head down and went to work. And I think there's a lot of that makeup and character on this team is, we're not going to run away from the hard. We're not going to, shy away from competition. And, that's a perfect example of him. Justin's a tough kid. He was a really good high school wrestler. He came from a good high school program with some really good coaches there with the Shilcocks who have, are alum of the program. So, just super proud of Justin and excited to see his growth going into Game 7 this Saturday in the Perk.
Coach, how important is it to develop relationships with these high school coaches? There's been some criticism this week of the program, the big program northwest of you, that the coach there doesn't really have good relationships with high school coaches. How important is that to you and your program?
I think it's key. A lot of high school coaches, in which they should, right? They're going to advocate and promote their players. But you want the relationship to be established where they'll be honest with you, right? This guy's probably not somebody you want to go after. This guy definitely is. So, whoever is a lot of the high school players, who is their mentor? Who are they leaning on? Often it's that high school football coach. So that's probably going to be the number one influencer in that decision-making process. So as us college coaches, being able to have a relationship with them, being able to have an honest relationship with them, I think is pretty key to getting the right people in your program when you're doing the recruiting.
Jace, what do you want people to know about how they can support the program, how they can check out games?
Yeah, appreciate you asking that. First and foremost, we got an auction coming up, Wally and Rod's auction on November 8th in Whitewater. It actually supports football, basketball, and baseball. Baseball is the national champs last year, so we'll take any items, right? Anything. If you want to support alumni out there that are listening for any of those sports or just a general student, we'd love to take any sports memorabilia, entertainment tickets, anything that you'd want to auction off or that you'd want to donate to the program so we could auction off. That'd be great. From a football standpoint, we've got a quarterback club that's been around since 1956, and that directly helps our program. And you can go to the website and find all that information. So anything with the auction, you can reach out to me, find my email online, but would love to support it. It's our 30th year of doing it. Awesome community event, and it directly supports the men's basketball, football, and baseball programs.
Well, congratulations on a great start to the season. I know it's a long way to where you guys want to be, but we really appreciate you taking the time, Coach. Jace Rindahl, University of Wisconsin Whitewater Warhawks football head coach, joining us this morning on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thanks so much. Go Warhawks.
He does look like Jordy Nelson.
He does.
I'm looking over here at the thing. And I appreciate that, he was like, I said the wrong word. I was like, well, happens here.
Stick around if you want. Listen to Chewy talk for 2 minutes.
I'm not alone.
Let me tell you about our friends at Events by Design. You can boost culture with captivating corporate events like appreciation parties, brand activations, and more. It is time. If you have not started, you're behind right now. If you have not been planning for that holiday party, good news is Events by Design can help. They can help you catch up. The creative team at Events by Design truly enjoys the work they do, believing that every event should not only be successful, but fun, one that people are still talking about years later. So if you're looking to help retain that top talent, just reach out to Events by Design, because for over 25 years, Events by Design has helped companies execute successful events. Just search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
We do have delays northbound on 43, leaving the Marquette interchange all the way up to about Locust. Southbound's backing up from just south of Silver Spring down to Locust as well. Southbound 41 still heavy from Good Hope Road all the way down through the Hampton area. On the northbound side, backing up from just before Mayfair Road all the way up to about Hampton. Eastbound 94, watch for delays from 76th Street all the way to 35th. Westbound just a little bit tight right through the stadium interchange. Lake Lawn Resort offers everything you need, from lakeside rooms to gourmet dining and a luxurious spa. Relax, recharge, and enjoy the best of Delavan. Book your stay now at lakelawnresort.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy skies, breezy and cool, a high of 50. Tonight, clearing skies, widespread frost or freeze, a low of 35 at the lake, 29 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
It's a bird bash at Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to $50,000 cash in the Bird Bash Game Show. Just play with your rewards card this October for a chance to win. Wouldn't you like to rake in a huge pile of cash? Bird Bash, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info at potawatomi.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
Hey, it's Jen Latta, and I just had my walk-in closet redesigned by Closets by Design. Doug and his team in Mequon were amazing, from the first consultation to the final install, and now I have a beautiful, organized space for all of my clothes. They really brought my vision to life. Locally owned with the backing of a trusted national brand, they deliver expert design with a personal touch. Get 40% off plus an extra 15% off, and take advantage of 18-month free financing. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN. And don't forget to tell them Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy sent you.
The 24th annual A Novel event is coming. Sharp Literacy's yearly fundraiser will happen on October 28th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Baird Center. Green Bay Packers all-time leading receiver and Super Bowl champion Donald Driver will be the featured guest and keynote speaker. Funds raised at A Novel event will support the delivery of Sharp's STEAM-based education program to thousands of K-3 through 5th grade students and educators across Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine. For tickets, visit sharpliteracy.org.
I think one of the things that patients don't realize is that when they get a joint replacement, that's not a lifetime treatment option. And they're probably, if they are a younger patient, signing up for multiple surgeries down the road.
As a physician and medical director for QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli's seen a pattern of trending joint pain. Prolonged medication, steroids, then surgery, possibly another surgery.
So a lot of our patients are trying to avoid or put off surgery, and this is the treatment that can help them do that.
QC Kinetics extracts your body's healing substances, concentrates them back into your aching joints to help heal and restore those areas, providing lasting relief.
Oh, I love being able to tell my patients, before we do this surgery, let's try another option. Let's see if this is right for you, because now they might not have to have surgery at all.
Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-667-5559. That's 414-667-5559. 414-667-5559.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Gabe, it'll change your life. Any barbecue you ate for the rest of your life will be measured against Bucky.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Well, as hesitant as I am to dive into this pool, it's time for Top 8 at 8.
8.
Name something that follows the word pork. You pie.
One category.
Name something people take with them to the beach. Turkey.
The top 8 answers.
The first thing you buy in a supermarket. Turkey.
The top 8 at 8.
A food often stuffed. Turkey.
The top 8 at 8 on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Name Popeye's favorite food.
Chicken.
Oh my God.
Show me chicken.
The top 8 at 8 on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
What do we got, Gabe?
I have a list of 8 things in front of me. You and Chew guess back and forth. Once you each get one incorrect, we open it up to the fans. 800-990-3776. We go back to our old friend Aaron Rodgers. Playing against the Green Bay Packers for the first time this week. Has an opportunity to do something only a handful of other quarterbacks have done. That's beat every team in the league. So I am looking at Aaron Rodgers, and of the 31 teams that Aaron Rodgers has gone up against, I am looking for the 8 that he has thrown either 0 or 1 interceptions against. So teams that Aaron Rodgers did not turn the ball over against.
We couldn't have just done who the teams he beat the most frequently.
We've done that before.
You think these guys remember?
Look, there's only
Bears,
31
Vikings.
answers. There is
Detroit.
There is a definite
Finite?
amount of a finite number of answers that it can come up with. And again, there's teams I think you can automatically eliminate.
Yes.
So teams he has thrown the least interceptions against.
Go ahead, Jen.
Take it away, Jen.
I get the honor. I think we should
Sure.
start with teams. I think it's a good theory by you, Chew, start with the teams he's played the most. So I would say the Bears.
You're not listening, right?
You want to go the other way.
Oh, the teams they
that he played the least.
So the teams he's thrown the
Yes.
least amount of interceptions against.
Yes,
0 or
then-
1 interception.
You know what? That's a good theory by you guys. We should go the opposite way of the teams that they have played a lot. So, I mean, Chew, what are we talking? We're talking AFC teams.
Yes.
I mean, Jacksonville.
Jacksonville is not on the list.
Huh.
Okay.
All right, well, that theory really led me astray.
Let's go the Chargers.
He has, in 3 games, 0 interception against the Los Angeles/San Diego Chargers. 2 interceptions, by the way, against the Jags in 5 games.
Let's go.
Ooh, so is it a percentage thing, too, or just...
No, it's just 0 or 1 interceptions.
0 or 1.
Go ahead again, Jen. You mulliganed.
Since you didn't listen to the instructions, obviously.
I do appreciate that we already have people lining up on the phone lines.
That's smart.
Clearly, veteran listeners here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Buffalo?
No, he's thrown 2 interceptions in a game against the Buffalo
Darn it,
Bills.
man. This is tough.
He has 7
let's go-
interceptions in 7 career games against the Bills.
Let's go a game I know he didn't play against one time. Let's go New England Patriots.
Unfortunately, against the New England Patriots, he has thrown 2 interceptions in 7 games.
All right, I get another one. Let's go with... he didn't play here. Let's go Chiefs.
Can we time out?
Let's
do
go
we need to
Chiefs,
guess the
same theory.
Packers? This is going to sound stupid, but do we need Chewy to guess the Packers?
He hasn't played against the Packers of the 31 teams that
darn
he
it.
has played. Now you've hit every part of the instructions
that I
you
have
did
not
listen to.
understood. Yeah, okay.
But the
The
Chiefs are on
Kansas-
the list. Yes, the
Kansas
Chiefs.
City Chefs.
3 games, 0 interceptions against the Chiefs.
Okay, let's go with... Let's go with the Tennessee Titans.
The Tennessee Titans/Houston Oilers is incorrect.
Gosh darn it, this is hard.
Yeah. Okay.
Now that I have the new title, I might be putting a stamp and making an executive decision to ban the segment.
Really?
You basically just said the boss. Okay?
Yeah.
We don't need to know your position. You can just say the boss.
800-990-3776. We need to go out to the phone lines. We are El Stinko in this topic. And you would think that it'd be easy because I would go a lot of AFC teams. I would go teams that they haven't faced a lot, which, again, I did not originally do that, but that's neither here nor there. Let's go out to Sam in McGuanago. Sam, you're up first on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Can you please, for the love of God, help us out on top 8 at 8?
What about Raiders?
The Raiders is incorrect. And let's see, where are the
Are we
Raiders?
crazy and not thinking NFC, though?
2 picks in 3 games. He has thrown 11 interceptions against the Minnesota Vikings, in case you were wondering.
800-990-3776. Again, this is such a hard category. We have nobody else calling in right now because they don't want to be as embarrassed as I am for their guesses. Tell me what we have on the list thus far, Gabe.
Chiefs and Chargers.
That's it?
That's it. 0-1 interceptions in Aaron Rodgers' career. The 8 teams that fit into that category. He's played 31 teams, playing the Packers for the first time, so the Packers would not be on this list.
Well, now he tells us.
Told you that the first time.
Oh, boy. Joshy's got some callers lined up. We're just efforting to get them on the screen. Who do we got, Joshy?
It's Q in Greenfield.
Q, help us out. Can you complete our top 8 at 8 list?
What about
Cleveland Browns, I think you said?
Say that again?
Cleveland Browns?
Yeah, Cleveland Browns. 4 games, 0 picks for Aaron Rodgers in his career.
Okay, we're rolling.
Can you go again, Q?
Could you reset the list?
0-1 interceptions for Aaron Rodgers against these 8 teams. We have 3: Browns, Chiefs, Chargers.
Shoot. Ravens?
Ravens is incorrect. Against the Ravens, he has 4 interceptions in 4 games.
Now, see, the Ravens have traditionally had a very good defense, so that would have been a little bit of a hesitation for me on that one. All right, now we got the calls rolling in. Here we go. Let's go out to Jason in Hales Corners. You're up next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Can you complete our top 8 at 8 list?
I'm definitely going to try. The Indianapolis Colts.
Against the Colts, Aaron Rodgers has 3 interceptions in 5
good guess. So close. Let's go out to Matthew in Brookfield. Matthew, you're up next. Can you complete our top 8 at 8 list?
Commanders.
The Commies on the list.
Ooh.
7 games, 1 interception for Aaron Rodgers.
All
We're halfway
right.
through.
Matthew, you got another one?
Cowboys?
The Dallas Cowboys. He's only thrown 1 interception in 9 games.
See, I would not have guessed that because I figure they play so frequently. Good job, Matthew. You got another one?
Let's go with Saints.
Against the New Orleans Saints, Aaron Rodgers has thrown 8 interceptions in 7 games.
That's not good.
But we're more than halfway through. We've got 5 teams off the list. Of the 31 teams Aaron Rodgers has played, he has thrown 1 or 0 interceptions against 8. Browns, Chiefs, Chargers, Cowboys, and the Commanders.
And in case you missed it, the Packers are not on this list because he has not played the Packers. He will, of course, this weekend.
What would the number be for Brett, Gabe? Like, he's only thrown 7.
Yeah, something like that.
Against
it would
every
have to be,
team.
yes, it would have
He's
to be.
only thrown 10 interceptions
Against
against this team.
Yes.
Let's go out to Jared in Omro. Jared, you're up next. Can you complete our top 8 at 8 list?
Are the Patriots one?
Patriots were already guessed. It was an incorrect guess, so we'll let you go again.
Okay. Texans.
The Houston Texans
Nice.
in 5 games. Aaron Rodgers, 1 interception.
Nice.
Leaving just 2 on the list. 1 is 0 interceptions. The other is 1 interception.
We'll try the Dolphins.
Against the Miami Dolphins, Aaron Rodgers has thrown 3 interceptions in 6 games.
Thanks for playing. Mike and Franklin, you're up next. Can you complete our top 8 at 8 list? We only have 2 remaining.
I'm going to guess the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Pittsburgh Steelers, Aaron Rodgers in his career has thrown 2 interceptions in 3 games.
So close.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, are these AFC teams?
Both are AFC teams.
Yeah,
we knocked off the 2 NFC teams of the Cowboys and Commies.
800-990-3776. Bill in Brookfield, you're up next. Can you complete the top 8 at 8 list?
Is Seattle Seahawks?
No, he has thrown a lot of interceptions against the Seahawks. 6 in 12 games against Seattle.
And they play them a lot. I think you got to go the other side of the ledger, guessers.
I am surprised one of these teams was not guessed.
800-990-3776. I think you stumped them, Gabe. I think you've stumped the listeners.
We only have 2 teams left. AFC teams. Aaron Rodgers that has thrown 0 or 1 interception against. Get the last one, you get the ESPN Milwaukee Prize Pack.
John in Milwaukee.
John, you're up.
Yeah.
Can you complete the top 8 at 8 list?
The New York Jets.
The New York Jets.
Good guess. Good guess.
J-E-T-S.
5 games, no
Nice.
picks, leaving just 1 team in which he threw 1 interception against.
Oh, man. Indianapolis Colts.
Colts have already been guessed, so you get to go again.
Stay on that side of the league, though. I think I know it. Just process of elimination.
Yeah, I was about to say we've guessed a lot of them.
Bengals.
Already been
Bengals
guessed.
is incorrect.
Already been guessed, right?
I don't know. 6 interceptions in 5 games.
Darn it. All right, Justin in Lake Geneva, bring us home. Can you complete our top 8 at 8 list? One more AFC team that Aaron Rodgers has thrown 0 or 1 interception against in his career.
Which was the last team said? I think.
So the last team that was said was the Jets. So we have 7 of the 8: Browns, Chiefs, Jets, Chargers, Cowboys, Texans, and Commanders. We needed 1 more team.
Got to be this team I'm thinking of.
Let's go Tennessee Titans.
Already been guessed.
Oh, here we go. This is how he'll get the answer.
Yep, already been guessed.
Okay, Denver Broncos.
The Denver Broncos. 1 interception in 4 games. Those are the 8 teams. Aaron Rodgers has thrown 1 or less interceptions against.
I didn't have the list in front of me. All I did was pull up AFC teams, and I was like, well, that's been guessed, and that's been guessed, and that's on the list, and that's been guessed, and that's on the list. And that was the only one remaining on the list of AFC teams. Justin in Lake Geneva, you're our big winner this morning here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
If you feel like you're running on empty, Mentality Health is here to help. So how does Mentality help? Well, they focus on testosterone and low T, but what they specifically focus on is your free testosterone levels, which a lot of doctors can overlook, ensuring treatment is tailored to your body. All right, so how do you know if you have low testosterone? Do you have low energy and motivation, fatigue, you're just tired all the time, you've gained some weight, have some muscle loss, especially around your belly? You feel anxious, moody, irritable, all those signs of low testosterone. So go to Mentality, mentalityhealth.com/radio, and book an appointment today. Go through their process that gets you a full physical consultation and blood panel analysis all in your first visit. And if your testosterone levels are low, you can work with Mentality, and then your energy can come roaring back. Your belly fat will burn off, muscle strength regains. More importantly, you just start to feel like yourself again, confident, driven, and ready to tackle life. So find out if you have low testosterone. Don't let it hold you back. Go to mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio to book an appointment today.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
You ever wake up with a sore throat, feeling a little off, and you know you're getting sick? Well, getting sick and going on the IL isn't an option, especially for me when I'm traveling for work. You can try to see a doctor, well, good luck there, or go sit for hours in an urgent care. Nope. That's why you need a medical emergency kit. This isn't some cheap first aid kit, okay? Your medical emergency kit comes packed with doctor-prescribed meds. It's like having an urgent care and a pharmacy right there in your home. If you're coming down with the flu, bam, here's your Z-Pack. You've got gastrointestinal issues, here's your Bactrim. From Z-Pack to ivermectin, amoxicillin, and doxycycline to treat strep, pneumonia, sinus infections, UTIs, COVID, and more. It's all right there in your kit. Just match your symptoms to the guide or talk with their telehealth doc. No doctor waiting rooms, no pharmacy lines. Order online in minutes and get $50 off with code SPORTS at urgentcarekit.com/sports. Get yours now at urgentcarekit.com/sports, promo code SPORTS.
Something exciting is happening at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. On the second floor, you'll find the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, Milwaukee's destination for bold flavors, fresh sushi, seasonal entrees, and cocktails crafted with care. Start your day with a breakfast that fuels you, stop in for dinner that sparks conversation, or linger late into the evening with drinks designed to inspire. With flavors and drinks for every mood, the Studio is the perfect place to gather, celebrate, and connect. Be boldly social. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, now on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
With your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, I'm Will Summers. This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Middleton's Joey Passaglia. Passaglia is a senior on the Middleton football team and is the starting quarterback and captain for the Cardinals. In a 56-7 win over Madison La Follette, Passaglia had 4 total touchdowns, 3 passing and 1 rushing. Through 7 weeks of the season, Passaglia has over 1,700 total yards of offense with 17 total touchdowns and 129 completions. Off the football field, he's also a star in the baseball diamond for the Cardinals. Congrats to this week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Middleton High School's Joy Passaglia.
In the Midwest, we know the real deal on the field and in your wellness routine. Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan offers top-tier Michigan-grown CBD products, no shortcuts, no synthetic knockoffs, just clean, green certified, organically grown CBD crafted for fans who expect the best. Whether you're gearing up for the game or winding down after a win, swing through Higher Love just across the Wisconsin border and experience the highest quality CBD in the Midwest. Higher Love, the real deal, no limitations. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I'm telling you, don't doubt his story, because he heebie-jeebies at certain times to miss field goals.
Yeah.
Gabe, I showed you how he does the heebie-jeebies,
Heebie-jeebie,
right?
heebie-jeebie, heebie-jeebie.
You take your
heebie-jeebie.
fingers and you rub them back and forth on your thigh, and you go heebie-jeebie, heebie-jeebie. Swear the guy bats 100%. So to call him a liar, and he puts a curse on you?
Look, I'm not calling him a liar.
Yeah, you are.
On 94.5 ESPN.
We've been talking about mental health a lot more, and that is a good thing. Trying to weave it into regular conversation so that people don't feel uncomfortable when they feel like they need help with their mental health. And that's where BetterHelp comes in, guys. It's the world's largest online therapy platform. They've served more than 5 million people globally, and it works. An average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on 1.7 million client reviews. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. So if you find yourself stuck or feeling challenged and think you might need professional help, BetterHelp is the answer. Call pound 250. That's pound 250. Say the keyword timeout to get 10% off your first month. That's pound 250 because we are all better with help. Could have used a little help on Top 8 at 8. Good grief. Do the Packers need help this weekend getting a victory over the Steelers? Let me tell you the thing that I am most concerned about when it comes to the Green Bay Packers facing the Steelers. And it's not a lot of things. Jordan Love has been playing out of his mind. He's been so good. But I am concerned about Aaron Rodgers targeting, going after Nate Hobbs in particular. So let's talk about it. We're talking about BetterHelp. Mental health is help. Visit BetterHelp.com. Say the keyword timeout when you dial pound 250. Are you guys as concerned as I am about Nate Hobbs being out there as a cornerback for the Green Bay Packers against Aaron Rodgers?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm not as concerned. I mean, I guess it depends upon how much he's going up against DK.
Wouldn't you line DK up against Nate Hobbs as often as possible?
Yeah, but you like to move DK around as well. Like, I don't think you're going to go out of your way to make sure that you're getting that matchup.
What if I told you Nate Hobbs has a 134 passing rating against?
God bless America. I think I saw he's second or third worst in the league at the outside corner position.
So maybe not every play, but 80%.
They heat checked, right? They just they saw what they did with Keyshawn and went,
100%.
This is clearly this is an easy thing. Just
He's
taking
good
a
at the
corner from the slot.
right.
We can get him to play the outside.
Exactly.
And I'm sure they saw similar things on film that made them believe the conversion would be possible.
And
it's been a where's my button? Failure.
This game will be like Cincinnati. He'll throw to DK, check down. Throw to DK, check down. Run the ball. I think Pittsburgh's offense will be very boring and methodical, try to eat up clock. It's just going to be the other side of the ball, I think. How good's Pittsburgh's defense against Green Bay's out?
Their defense is not very good.
Buns, as the kids say. What'd you say, 31 against the pass?
31st against the pass, yep. Mm-hmm.
17 against the run?
17 against the run, because, again,
why run it?
Why run? You can just gouge. And here's the thing. They're 31st in pass attempts. So it's not like teams are like, oh, they're number one in pass attempts, and that's why they're – no. Teams aren't even throwing that much against them. They're just allowing explosive play after explosive play.
Well, look, this was fun. Maybe I'll pop back again next week and hang out with you guys.
I look forward to it.
Wilde and Tosh is next on ESPN Milwaukee.
Southbound 41 backing up from Good Hope Road all the way down to about Hampton.